Greetings, my Libras. This is Damien with HK Readings, Healing Culture Tarot, and I'm here to do your August 2019 General Love Reading. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say this right off the bat. I just woke up, and I decided to go ahead and jump into some readings. I understand I look very tired, but I'm doing this for y'all. So please, this Taurus could definitely be right here. Sleep. So, y'all, don't be messing with me talking about how tired I look. Anyways, this will be for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or Jupiter. Jupiter if you're looking for the masculine energy, the masculine counterpart, and Venus if it's your feminine. Let's go ahead and get into this. So this is a very powerful reading. I went on and pulled your crown, meditated over that, and this is what I got. Now, for those of you who followed me for a while, y'all know what this card is for me, okay? I will explain. Vesta, home, your household situation is improving either through a move or a healthy change in occupants. So, actually, where do I want to put that? Put that right there. We've also got the card of despondence, which despondence is becoming a hot little number. You know, when we talk about cards that, hot little number. When we talk about cards that become repetitious throughout different readings to show us that many of us are kind of experiencing like the same lessons, you know, like we're all kind of working on that next level of ascendance by going through some similar things or similar feelings. Then we have the card of perfection as well. Now, what I can tell already from this card, from Vesta, you know, the intuitive energies tell me that many of you Libras will be moving. Many of you will be moving, you know, like at the beginning of the month of August, like the middle of August, all the preparations being made like now in the end of July. I really see that for most of y'all. Now, for those of you who aren't physically moving, you have moved yourself away from energies that you were entangled and intertwined with that weren't necessarily the healthiest for you, you know? It says, through a healthy change in occupants when it talks about your household situation improving. So we talk about like who it's healthy for us to be around. People that we spend a lot of time with, okay? People that we live with, people that were a partner to us. This could even be about a roommate. Like a roommate who y'all had a lot of unhealthy arguments, fights, so on and so forth. But you are moving on emotionally from the situations that cause static in the home or in your immediate area. You know, I really feel that most of you, though, are actually taking a literal move, and it's not just the separation from the drama or the anxiety or the stress. I think it's like a literal one where, you know, you're very secure, financially, resourcefully, all the ways in which you need to be to where when you finally had enough of something, Libra, you can say, I'm out. I feel as though one of the lessons that, you know, you've been kind of grasping lately is how to put yourself in position, or how important it is to put yourself in position to trust your intuition, and which has been telling you to make sure you have things set up even if you don't foresee a problem. Because I don't think this is a problem for you, but I think this is just the brink. It's like a turning point, okay? To where things aren't too problematic because you can say, hey, I'm in a comfortable enough position to just get out of this, to separate myself from this. Do I owe you this? Because, you know, I'm gonna leave probably like I said, mid-month for some of you. I'll go ahead and give you the, you know, we can go ahead and divvy up the full month's rent. Like, when it comes to paying off anything you need to pay off, you don't even care. You don't even care, Libra. You're just like, okay, so we're gonna do everything we gotta do to get this all balanced out. I ain't having no fights with you. I ain't having no arguments with you. I'm leaving. I stayed in my character. You're not gonna tell me oh, what I didn't do. You're not going to run around and tell people, oh, well, look at what he or she did. Just dipped and didn't do this, didn't do that. No. Okay? You are in position to make moves, and I feel like that's exactly what you're doing. So many of you, you know, have closed or will close soon on a house, on an apartment, or something like that. Then there'll be an emphasis on, I think August is going to bring a huge emphasis on, you know, redecorating and just bringing in the light. You know, I feel like your place is going to have a lot of beautiful natural lighting. And you're going to be, you know, harvesting a lot of light from within as it comes to, you know, because many of you may not have been by yourself in a living situation in some time, or if you have, you just haven't created that fortress that you now feel strong enough to. When we talk about the card of despondence, oh, by the way, it's so interesting that when I see a move for many of you, this would be taking place in Leo season, okay? In Leo season. And when we talk about Leo season and the sun bringing so many illuminations and things just taking off with the quickness and, you know, putting the pedal to the metal and, you know, really making things happen in this fixed fire time of year. When we have despondence, I feel as though this is kind of symbolic of not only the Mercury in retrograde, but how, you know, we've transitioned from Cancer to Leo season. Because when I see the card of despondence here, it does talk about sadness and depression, okay, to a certain degree. You know, maybe, you know, just having all of the resources that you need, but not necessarily understanding it. For some reason, you haven't been able to pull yourself out of a rut. Now, when we talk about Cancer season, I'm not here to say that, you know, during Cancer season, it was all about like, oh, Cancer, you know, it's such an emotional energy, so much sadness, yada, yada, yada. What I'm saying is, that season that we just exited, which for many of us, you know, what it's done is it stirred up so much within us that we have had hidden, that have hindered our growth and progress, right? That, you know, I think that mixed with, for a lot of people, not knowing what the next move is and knowing that we had to just kind of lay down, be patient, and just see, you know, what was happening and taking place. Like, I think we wanted to give so much action to fix what was making us uncomfortable. Instead of just sitting in the energy and taking it all in, we were just ready to act, and it created this sense of depression because we were actually being counterintuitive, you know, counteractive to what the universe was trying to do for us. Okay? But once we sat long enough, once we dug deep long enough, once we took the proper lessons that there were to take, we were able to kind of spring into a mode of action. Okay? So if when we were stuck in this situation and couldn't get out and couldn't think of the next move, but we knew we were ready to leave, we knew we were ready to bounce, we didn't realize when I talked about having everything you need, but not really realizing it, having all of the resources. But, you know, of course, being willing to take a risk and say, hey, I might have XYZ in savings and I might have to touch a little bit of this. Or, you know, just whatever it is. But you have the resources. You have everything you need. And that's what we were talking about initially. But when we talk about, see, this is they tell a story about Iris, right? And, you know, Iris is going through, she's still feeling despondent, like no matter what's going on, she just can't seem to come out of it. And it's not until, if I'm getting it right, I'm pretty sure, it's not until there's a huge storm that comes through and her neighbors need her help and she springs into action. And she feels so good, she feels so liberated and no longer despondent. And the story in a nutshell is, sometimes when you want to break through a funk, a depression, whatever you're feeling, act. Trust yourself to act, though. Because there came a time through all of this introversion and getting everything together and collecting all the thoughts that were necessary because, you know, fools rush in and we couldn't just act without really healing and assessing. But there comes a time where, we realize that we're equipped with all the tools, have everything we need, and now it's time to act. And those are the times we usually second guess. Okay? But I'm glad to see that second guessing period is over. Okay? Or it's coming to an end, because I feel as though it's like you've had a firm track that you've been going. You've been kind of just going towards it. Just everything you do physically is going towards it. The things you say are going towards it. And I think it may surprise you, because as things get closer and closer and more real and more tangible, like getting the keys to that place or just whatever it is, those thoughts of doubt might creep in. But then you have to look at everything that you've been doing has been guiding you here. If you were really that afraid, if you really knew that this was not, ordained and meant for you, how would you end up here? I have reason to believe that people who sleepwalk in the middle of the night constantly to the fucking kitchen to get snacks and shit, like those are the real food MVPs. Like clearly, like there's something in there subconscious. There's something deep down that just has to have some fucking food. They don't know why. When you wake them, when they're up and you tell them, man, you always sleepwalk to the fridge and shit. What the fuck? They don't know why, but they just do it because it's in them. Now I know that's a really wild way to put it, and I really don't understand too much about the depths of sleepwalking, but stay with me here. There's something to it, so you can trust it and go with it. There's something to it. When you do something unbeknownst to you just so effortlessly, there's something to it. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So, this leap of faith that you've taken and this trust that you're exuding, just keep it up. There's nothing to look back on. There is no reason to look back. There's no reason to think twice. There's no reason for anything. We have the card of perfection. Many of you could be being too hard on yourself in the situation. Again, let things happen naturally as you're going through this transformation and transition, which the perfection card also talks about. Make sure that's happening. What else do we talk about when we have the card of perfection? On an intuitive level, I honestly feel that for some of you as well, it's an issue of when we talk about perfectionism when it comes to self-doubt. As it gets closer, many of you may entertain the past. Many of you, if you're feeling better, Libra, while you're still in the situation that you're in, transitioning from it, but your days are brighter, you're feeling stronger, please don't, let me tell you, please don't mistake that for the situation that you're in getting better. And you know what I mean? Like your household situation, the situation with this person, this past lover. Don't get it twisted that like as you are moving closer towards your blessings, but you're still in that house with that person, you still work with that person, you whatever the fuck it is, but and your days are brighter. I'm a Libra rising. And I'm kind of resonating strongly with all of this. It's like my days are brighter in a relative situation that I'm in, okay? Relative. Because this is for, this is for the YouTube public, but I can see some, some things in this. Now, my days are brighter. As I'm working towards a certain transition in my personal life, like personal growth, I see it coming and I feel it coming, and that's what I understand it to be. I'm not mistaking it for, this environment that I'm in, this situation, these people, whatever. Maybe it's actually getting better because of just the way that I'm looking at things now, and I can stick around and everything will be okay. Maybe I can just drop everything I've just inched towards that's about to be here. Fuck no. Fuck no. The only reason you are feeling as powerful and magical and beautiful and wicked as you are is because you are ascending beyond things that are outdated. Okay? So just because you wake up in a place with that man or woman you didn't want to leave, but you're having a better fucking day, know it's because of what's coming and not because well, the retrograde's over and I feel better and I'm looking around and I love where I am. I don't feel stressed. I ain't even mad at them. Yeah, well, that's because still you're moving forward to some other shit. That's why. That's all. It's not because anything changed in that situation that you stick around for. And I hope that totally makes sense. Damn, I got 3 cards for y'all. I got so much from that, and I intuited that I would at first. I was like, I think I'm gonna get so much tea from these cards that I won't even have to pull any tarot. I hope you enjoyed that message, though. For those that it resonates with, leave your comments. Let me know. Subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to more messages. I do freestyle readings, so they're always going to be fun and exciting. And I try to keep it very unique to myself and the interaction that I want to have with y'all. Like the video as well. I will say, if you are an up-and-coming YouTube reader and you want some more exposure, so on and so forth, hey, I'm just getting started myself. I'm at like 1.4K subscribers, and thank every single one of you. But I feel as though I still have a platform to where I can help others. Like, of course, I don't have to be at 20,000 to do that yet, or 10,000 or whatever, or more. So if, you want to leave your, your page URL or so in the comments, I'd love to check out your page and your readings too, and give a shout out. So yeah, let's find the ways to spread the love, y'all. Love you, Libra.